Why, hello folks. I'm gonna make a little short video here about a thing that might actually be a bit controversial, actually. Because here, it's kind of important that people don't miss out on this, because it doesn't really explain in-game. But here, for this week's Nightwave, they've added a thing to the store, which is the first time they've added this, and it's the Nihil boss fight, which is from the last season of Nightwave, the big sort of end boss to that. Like, they've had these sort of beacons that they've sold before, where you can fight the Wolf of Saturn 6, or you can fight Grustrog 3 and Stalker and whatever. But this is Nihil, the boss fight from the last season of Nightwave. They haven't had this in the store before. And this one is interesting because the reward you got for fighting Nihil was the Vitrica, right? The heavy blade that can glass enemies. Here, I'll show you, I have one. Yeah, this one. This huge, cool glass sword right here. That was what you got for doing the Nihil boss fight. And that's gonna be the case here as well. If you didn't participate in last season of Nightwave, or you didn't sort of like just do the Nihil boss fight or whatever, you can buy the boss fight here, a key, so that you can, and you have to buy the oubliette as well. But you can buy it, and then you can place it in your orbiter, and then you can access the boss fight, and you can fight him, and then you can get the Vitrica. But if you already have the Vitrica, what you instead will get for buying this and fighting him is a Riven mod. And that is actually a little bit interesting, because that is kind of, I think, the first time ever in like the history of the game where they have introduced like a system of buying Riven mods. I don't think that's something you could really do before, and I'm not counting like, you know, Simaris standing and buying companion Riven mods that way. But yeah, this is a one-time key. So currently we're in Nightwave intermission, right? So currently it's not that big of a problem, because everyone is still sort of just grinding their way up, and at certain breakpoints you get intermission creds. So here you get 50 creds, you get 50 creds, you get 50 creds, etc, etc. And it's not until you've maxed out to rank 30 and start getting like more levels to the bonus levels is where you can start like farming for intermission creds, where you're gonna get more creds for every level. So most people at this point probably don't have all that many intermission creds. At most you can have 150 plus 50 plus 50, and then you can reach this one this week. So you can have somewhere, what's that, like 300? Yeah, something like that. 300 creds is what you can have as at most, if you haven't spent any at all up until this point. But most people probably have spent, because, you know, there are other stuff like, you know, new floofs and stuff, and appearance items, and people just buy Nightane extract and catalysts and reactors and whatnot. So most people probably don't have all that many creds right now. And this costs 60. So, for example, I can't even buy this right now. I can grind up to the next level and get 50 more creds, so I'll be at 75, and I can do it once. But that's it. So you can't really abuse this right now, because you don't have enough creds right now. But say they bring this back in the future, once we are, you know, far along into intermission, where people have just started racking up bonus levels and just farming creds and hoarding creds. If this were to come back and have the same reward structure then you could basically just buy, I don't know, 10 Nihil keys or something, and just get 10 Riven mods that way. And that's pretty significant. That's pretty significant, because otherwise, hey, the way to get Riven mods is just like, hey, do sorties, right? And you just get one as a random drop. But actually putting in a method of being able to just buy Riven mods, we'll see what people think about that. Is it like practical? Is it nice for people who aren't like just endgame players and just, hey, get a Riven mod easily? Yeah, sure. But then there's also these discussions about, you know, the economy, and how the economy of Hearthstone, I mean, the economy of Warframe is centered around Riven mods and trading Riven mods between like the really, really high level players. And there are people out there who think that, hey, Riven mods in general are bad for the game. So inflating that and just putting more Riven mods into the game might not even be like good for the game's overall long-term health. What do I know? But I just wanted to let people know that this is a thing, so you don't miss out on it, so you don't just, you know, look at this thing in the store and think, I've already done the Nihil boss fight, I already have the Vitrica, I have no reason to purchase this. Well, now you know, you can do it again, and you can get a Riven mod for doing it. So if that pickles your fancy, hey, then go do that. And if you haven't done the boss fight, do it, and you'll get the Vitrica Heavy Blade, which is a really, really good melee weapon. It's actually really fantastic. Hey, I've even made a video about like how to use it and how good it is. It's super good. So that's about it. Just a heads up. Don't sleep on this. Don't miss out on it, because it is worth your time. All right. You know what? That's all for me. So I'll see you again tomorrow with something completely different.